Welcome back to Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures. I found a new paper company. This paper is made in Poland, and the company is Scrapboys. So they don't have very many distributors in the United States. So I had to actually reach out to this company and ask where they are distributed in the United States. And the website that I found is called Creative Treasures, and this just arrived in the mail, and I'm really excited about it. So I got two collections, and actually this was $10. Normally I think it was $12.50, but for 12 double-sided face sheets plus ephemera on the back, I mean, that's a really good deal. $10? What? So of course I had to buy multiple. So this is the first collection I'm going to flip through today. It's called Japanese Beauty. You get 2 each of the 6 designs. And you get ephemera on the back page that you can cut out. Look at how beautiful this is, right? Oh my goodness. This specific pack is not my normal style. However, I love the Japanese culture, and there's definitely something I can use out of this. Don't know what yet, but I'm planning on using it at some point. So here is the first page and the back of it. Look at how gorgeous this watercolor is. Just so beautiful. Okay, so then second page with the back side. Ooh, look at, they've got koi fish in here. It's so pretty. Right. And then you've got your third page. And it looks like they do have a product code. And I think enjoy your life and be happy. And it looks like this is maybe in Polish. I'm not sure. It's made in Poland, so I'm assuming it's Polish, right? Look at those beautiful frames. I love that you get 2 of each design, because then you can actually cut this one out and then save this paper for next. Okay, and then you have A side and B side. Looks like don't give up and for you. So they add a little bit of sentiments strips on the bottom of their papers. That's cute. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, and then they've got cut apart cards here that are blank on one side and imaged on the other. How cute is that? It says, I love you and happy birthday. Okay. And then the final page is best wishes forever. And then this beautiful, look at how pretty that is. I'm assuming that's Japanese, because this is a Japanese beauty line. But I just love that they put these images and then leave it blank. I think Asuka Studio might do that as well. So that is the first collection I got. Now these come in 12x12, 8x8, and 6x6, so you get to choose. 6x6 I think has more designs, like they've duplicated it more. So this is the second paper pack that I got. It's 12x12 again, and look at how cute this is. So excited. Okay, so again, you get cut apart cards or cut apart pieces, ephemera, that you can cut yourself, and it has a great white border so that you can cut it out without having additional colored border on the back, right? And these actually look pretty easy to fussy cut. And I have a little boy. So these pages are absolutely perfect. Look at this beautiful cloud paper. I was just talking about how companies need to come out with better cloud paper, and they did it. By golly, they did it. I love this paper. I don't know which side I like more. I think this is just adorable, right? Look at this boy, little boy fishing. Now, my little boy is too young to fish, but we will get there eventually. Okay, so then you got some wreaths with the little creatures. and a great diamond. That's a very basic pattern. Love the blue. Perfect. And then you have another scene, and then this is my favorite piece of paper. I love these hot air balloons. So, although this is adorable, I'm definitely going to be using both of those papers. Can you tell I'm excited? This is so fun, right? Okay, and then you get, I'm assuming these are 3 by 3 because, or maybe 3.5 by 3.5. Let's see. Oh no, they're 5.5. Duh. Yeah, that makes sense. 5.5. Little images. I think these are cute. That would be great for a little mini album. Yeah. Anyway. And then a beautiful tone-on-tone yellow. And then look at these flowers. So if you like flowers, this is a great color combo for the flowers. And then you get cute plaid. Or, I don't know. I think it's plaid. In this orangey red color. And then you get a 6 by 6 imagery cut aparts with the basic brown. So let's take a look at this collection, right? So you get some imagery, and then here's the basics. Imagery, basics, imagery, imagery, basics. Well, I guess that's kind of imagery. Okay. So you get some basics here, and then you get these gorgeous watercolor images. I just love this collection. So much so. Oh, plus you get this ephemera pack, right? So much so that I bought it in the 8x8 as well, just to see the difference. So with the 8x8, it's a little bit different because you get cut aparts here and then cut aparts here. So I've got a lot of ephemera going into this, which is awesome, right? Backside talks about the company and has some sentiments on it, because the sentiment strips that are on the bottom of these are not here, right? They don't have the branding strips. This is more like a book, which I really like. So just comparing, right? This big image has the cloud paper on the back. So each of these papers are the same, right? They're just scaled down for an 8x8 album, which is perfect because I do 8x8 albums. Still have that. And then we start over again. So again, you get 2 of each of the patterns, but in the 8x8 scale. And kind of like in a book form. So honestly, I'm tempted to leave it like a book, but I know I won't. I was just really excited about this paper, and I mean, this, again, a $10 collection for 12 papers plus some ephemera. Now, I think because this is an international company, Creative Treasures doesn't offer just single pages, so you do need to buy the whole collection, which is fine, right? I love it, so I bought it. And I am really just pleasantly surprised with the paperweight. It does not have a sheen. I was worried about that. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. Really excited to use it. In fact, I'm going to use it today, and I got it in the mail today. With these cute pictures of my son. Isn't he fun? We were just hanging out in the car, and I was just snapping some pictures of him standing looking out the window and just being a happy little boy. So I'm going to come back with some of my ideas. I'm going to have to fussy cut some stuff out so that I have ephemera to use. And this is going to be a 12 by 12 page because I have just so many pictures. I have a basic plan of what we're going to do today for this layout. This is the picture that I've chosen I know I said I would probably save it for this. However, I love this little scene here, and it really emphasizes my story, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. So I'm going to show you what my setup is and my thoughts. Okay, so I have 5 photographs that I do want to get on this page. Some of them are similar, but I wanted to include them anyway. I'm going to show you the setup. I'm going to cover some of these items intentionally and leave other ones open, right? So I've got this photo right here, and I'm placing this here because he is looking into the page. Okay. And then I'm going to place this photo here. To cover up that little bunny. My goal is to not cover up this car because that is relevant to my story. And then I've got my photo here that's like one of my favorites. Okay. As you can see, I only have 3 photos. So we're going to do something just a little bit different today. We're going to add some flaps. Now, I don't normally do this because you have to know where this layout then is going to go in your album, right? So I have both of these photos, but I like the one where he's smiling more. Not that I don't like this one. I think this is really cute to show his little personality. And then we've got this one. So my plan is for these 2 to be photo flaps. So in my album, they're going to be adhered at the top so that when you flip them, they go up. Okay. Just like this. And I chose to do flipping up because if I flipped it out this way or this way, depending on where this lands in my album, you're not going to be able to. So flipping up is the most logical. And you can see what I've done here is I took one of the cut aparts and one of the pieces of paper and I cut it apart so that I had the 4x6 cards. Well, I think they're less than 4x6, but they're close enough, right? And then I cut the main one down. So I took this page and I cut it apart. And either option that I had was either this one or this one. I went with this one right here because he's in the sky and there's a little buddy hanging out with him. And that is part of my story, is that my son and I were just hanging out, waiting for a Facebook exchange. And that's why I also wanted to put in the car. So I cut all of these out, determined that this one would look the best if I was able to cut at 3 1/4. And then I put the other half here. So it kind of looks like it should be in the same card. And I also didn't want to waste this piece here. And that is how I combated that. And then I just adhered it to the back of my photo. I'm going to show you what the back of the photos look like. I got these printed from Free Prints. And it says freeprints.com. And then it has the date the photo was taken. And it only does that if you pick the photos from your files in Android or your gallery, not from Google Photos. So just keep that in mind if you want to use Free Prints and get the date on the back. In addition, the photo cannot be modified because that doesn't save the photo date for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, that will be my flap. So I've got my fuse tool here. Oh, we have to decorate before I adhere, at least the one photo. So I have this one. That is going to be my title, and those are just chipboard alphas in multicolor. So to bring the brown down into the lower left-hand corner, I'm going to use this little puppy dog on top of my photo because puppy dogs like to sit and wait. That's my thought process. And then to bring in some of this yellow, I'm going to move over the my, and I am going to put this little guy like he's poking out of the Y, and it's actually going to go underneath this other Y. Kind of like that. So you can still tell that he's holding the balloons, but that yellow then is brought up in 3 spots. Okay? So 1, 2, and then 3. I got the brown. Now we're going to look at this photo. Let's see. I'm actually going to leave that alone, because now I've got critters in every spot. Oh, I was thinking about actually putting this right here to draw your attention to that photo. So I'm just going to add a couple critters to this layout, but I love this page because you don't really need to do much. They already did the decorating for you. So in order to get this into the flap, I have to add my puppy dog to it prior to, because I don't want this sitting outside of my photo. I'm just going to use some tacky glue. It's going to go right here inside my photo line because it's in a flap, so it can't overhang like you would normally on a normal layout. So that should be good. And if it's not, it's going to go in a flap. So I have preheated my We Are Memory Keepers fuse tool. And I gathered an extra 8x8, well, looks like 2, pocket. You can use whatever pocket you want. You can use leftover plastic. I'm just going to use this. I'm going to stick that in there. Okay. Notice how there's already a crease. I'm going to make my crease a line instead. Right. And both photos should fit. Yep. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to start with the photo on the left. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to flip it upside down. I have a metal ruler here that does have a magnet on the back that I've used in the past. So my photo, I'm going to go just a little bit over it. Okay. Trying to stay as straight as possible, and I may even use the grid lines on the back of my glass mat. Note that this is a glass mat, so I can use my fuse tool right on top of my glass mat. I'm lining that up, and then this is really hot, and I am just going to run my fuse tool along the edge. Now, let's talk about what flaps are available on the market. So I have seen flaps in the customary sizes from Simple Stories because they do their little flip books. In order to have a flip book, you have to have a flap. So I've seen 4x6, 3x4, and all that. What the fuse tool allows me to do is to customize that. The size of my flap, right? So I am able to use a photo that's 3 1/4 instead of 3 by 4. This is 3 1/4 by 6. Yes, 3 1/4 by 6. Okay, so lining that up again. So it really allows me to customize the sizes, which is awesome because clearly I want the whole length of my photo to be shown because he's standing kind of on his own. He's like leaning against the back of the chair in the car to be able to stand like that. He still cannot stand on his own, and it's April, so that's fine. You know what? Okay, and this picture was taken in February. Okay, so now I have a leftover pocket, and I have the pocket that is made for my photo. So that piece is done. I am gonna close this off, okay? So when I adhere it to my page protector, I'm gonna use this one. This creates little like sewing lines, right? Kind of like these. I don't know if you can tell. It makes that same pattern so that you still have a little bit of it attached compared to using this tip where I can just cut it straight off and get a nice clean line. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little bit of room so that that can adhere it to the bigger page protector, right? So I'm going to guess that I need probably 1/8 of an inch, and this board goes by 1/4 inches. So I'm going to guess my photos at 1/8 of an inch in, place my ruler on top of my 1 inch mark because it's a little bit thicker, and I'm just going to close this off. What this does is that it allows me to just have a pocket instead of having to cut the excess off and potentially cut wrong or cut uneven. Instead, it does that work for me already. So now I won't need to, once I adhere to the flap, have to cut with scissors and potentially make a mistake. So there's my flap, just like that. So I would do the same thing for this photo, make a mat, and what this will look like is that it will be right on top of this photo. Just like that, in the page protector. I'll have close-ups when I am done adhering everything at the end of this video. I'll link this collection in the description box below. There will not be any affiliate links besides the Fuse tool, and affiliate links don't actually increase the price of the product. They just help me get a little small, very minute commission on your order. So I would appreciate if you help support my channel by clicking and ordering from the affiliate links. That would be awesome. If you have any further questions, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.